so strong enough.
Hello everyone. It's been a while. Actually, it's been a very long while. I can't even remember when the last video was. I can't even remember what month it would have been in or what it even was about, but I will get on that in a second. Some indication would have been quite nice. So why have I been away for so long? So I am sort of like kind of remembering what it was that I spoke about in my previous video, or my, if you will, video months ago. And I think it was something to do with sort of just an update really of what was happening. And I mentioned obviously that I've moved back to Milton Keynes for the job and stuff like that. So, and now I think it's time I just sort of mention everything that's happened there that's just had an impact. So obviously I mentioned it in that video and probably a lot across my social medias that my work was extremely busy over the summer. So I won't tell you what I do, but just the type of work it is just required me to constantly be sort of working all the time, and even when I wasn't working I was thinking about working, doing work from home, making calls, you know, just making sure everything ran smoothly. And it just had a big toll, you know, it just really took a lot out of me. And even though I was using the bike, it just wasn't long enough, or I wasn't in the right frame of mind to do videos and stuff like that. And then shortly after that, obviously the summer ends and stuff like that, as we come up to the end of July, start of August, I found myself in a situation needing to find somewhere to live, and so that again obviously wasn't ideal at the time. It was it was tough at that point. Yeah, I was quite comfortable, and I think you do just get comfortable where you are, and it's the mistake you make. But I needed my own space. I needed to find somewhere else, and so I began searching. And to be fair, it actually didn't take too long. I was in somewhere new shortly after, but financially I was paying for the flat still in London. And it was fine. Like I was in a very lucky situation where I could afford to pay for that and another flat. And the property I've moved into now. But it's more, I don't know, the principle of it. You know, I didn't want to, but I had to do it, and yeah. So that was another thing. Shortly after all of that sort of transpired, my manager at my workplace, who I formed quite a good working relationship with, and you know also bonded a lot on a friendship term, she told me that she was then moving to America. And so, you know, because of how busy we've been, really the only sort of person I was talking to or was communicating to or was spending any of my free time with was my manager. We'd go out for drinks, we'd go out clubbing, stuff like that, and it was just nice to have, you know, even someone quite close who you're close to but also you work with, and so you're always there for each other, you can support each other at all times. She's obviously been in the job a lot longer, so her experience and wisdom was beneficial to me. And to lose her pretty much so quickly into my employment, you know, for her to move countries just hit me. It just absolutely hit me. And at the same time, there was a lot of issues going on within my own personal life in terms of my family and other things. And so again, this just piled onto me. I'm leading to something here. Many of you some of you might have seen a video that Uncle Red has just done about mental health and stuff like that. And I'm normally not one who suffers with any mental health issues really. I'm quite lucky, you know. I don't say that to be smug. I don't say that to be better or think I'm better, or I'm just normally quite a happy-go-lucky person. You know, things happen. I'm just all right about it. But I don't know. It was a lot all at once, and I'm not ashamed to sort of say especially the last few weeks, but the couple of months that have been passed, I just have not been happy, and for various different reasons. And when I'm in a situation like this, again, I'm quite fortunate that I don't hit panic buttons or anything like that. I am quite proud and I am quite stubborn, so you know, I get over it in my own way, kind of thing. But I haven't then had the time to go and do those things to get it over. I haven't been able to go on long rides on Ellie and do the things that make me really sort of appreciate the good times, if you will. And so it's just been hard work to manage all of this. And you know, I'm sure Uncle Red, although it's just Red now, isn't it? It's just Red Devil. He changes that name, and the name change has thrown me. I will drop the uncle. You know, I'm sure he'll agree that motorcycling does improve your mental health. You know, I would fail to understand if someone said that it didn't, because for me, all the evidence would scream it does. Do you know what I mean? Motorcycling has always been there for me when I've been down. It has picked me up in tough situations. Just riding my own bike, the joy that I get is, you know, pretty much second to none. It's up there. And so not having the time to do that has meant very little improvements. You know, I'm a firm believer that eventually luck has to change. Eventually things... Oh, that was close. Eventually things have to go your way. Not necessarily go your way, that's maybe the wrong term of phrasing it, and I'm in the wrong lane. But eventually, you know, something good's going to happen. All of this bad keeps happening, and you know, something good's going to happen. And I'm not saying good things haven't happened. You know, this isn't. You know, I'm not trying to bore you all with my sob story, because trust me, there are many more people who are in far worse situations, who actually have something to complain about. Not moan. I don't like the word moan, but complain about. Mine is just simply, just things haven't been maybe as perfect as I'd like them. But hey, not a problem. I'm a firm believer, like I say, luck's going to change. I'm still waiting for it, because now, or recently, I've been informed that I will be losing my job. It's just because I work contract work. The company that I work for and the service I provide is all done by contracts, annual contracts or period of annual contracts, and ours has run out and we have failed to negotiate a new one. And so they've presented me with a few options to do the same job that I'm doing now, sticking with the company, however moving to either Birmingham or Suffolk, or yeah, really see if the new company has any vacancies available. And so I'm a bit lost at the moment. You know, I'm at a very weird stage of my life and of my career. You know, I only just graduated, and yes guys, I did graduate. My graduation ceremony was in July. I got my degree 2-1. I think I announced that. If I didn't, well then there's the announcement. You see, it's just been so long that I don't even know, you know, what I've told you guys and what I haven't told you guys, and that's just so frustrating. I was speaking to Red the other day on Messenger, and I told him that life has just been so busy and other things have impacted it, and I just haven't had the time to motovlog. And the word I used was, I'm disappointed. You know, I'm disappointed in myself for not being able to maintain something that I chose to do and that I am quite passionate about. I'm one of those. I've watched motovloggers for years. I've always been a sort of follower of motovlogging, whether it be big or small. I like to see everyone's different delivery style and how they present themselves, and you know, how do they deal with the mental task of riding a motorcycle and talking to themselves. And I've always wanted to give it a really fair go, do you know what I mean, like a good crack. And so that's why I started this channel, and I'm just disappointed in myself because I expect better, I expect more, and all I can do is apologise that I've been unable to do that. I'm not going to promise that I am going to get any better. I'm not going to promise that all of a sudden this is going to be a turning point in my life or in this channel, because I don't really know. I don't know where the future lies. I really don't at the moment. I am all over the place, both sort of physically, location wise, and mentally. And so who knows what will happen to the channel, to my career, my job. The reason I'm making this video is just because I think it's actually quite good to talk about this sort of stuff. You know, I'll just be able to hopefully go back and reference to this video, like, come on, Rhythmic Biker, that's, you know, that's how you were, that's what you were, that's how you dealt with this situation, that's how you spoke about yourself and your problems and your issues quite confidently and quite outgoingly. You know, I don't mind. I'm a sharer. You know, I share everything. I think the reason I share stuff is because I like hearing other people's view or take or opinion on it. You know, I don't even mind when people tell me what to do, because even though they're telling you what to do, at the end of the day you still have to remember it's still an opinion. Like, it might be an opinion based off quite good experience background. Maybe the person who's told you to do something relating to your issue has had a similar issue or has found themselves in a similar situation, and so they're just trying to look out for you. You know, especially the biker community, with how close knit we are. You know, I'd like to think there are about 1.5 million bikers. I know there's not, but 1.5 million bikers out there who, actually maybe there is, who care, you know, who would genuinely, without knowing me, would help me or try to help me just because I'm a biker. You know, that's what we pride ourselves on. Oh, gorgeous, look at that. I hope that comes up quite nice on the camera, though it'll probably just come up as a big bright light blur or something, knowing my luck. Beautiful sunset today, absolutely gorgeous. So I decided, you know, I've got my evening free, let's just get out on the bike, go for a ride, pick up the pieces of this channel. For anyone who hasn't yet watched Red's video, he'll also talk about quite a serious incident regarding one of our biker brethrens who unfortunately had an accident a fair while back this summer on his motorcycle, and unfortunately lost his life. A very young lad named Ryan. Again, it was just one of the issues we were all trying to cope with and deal with in our own way, as bikers do. And yeah, again, it's just something else that's hit me quite hard at the time. I think it's because the last few months it's just been non-stop. You know, I just want to take time out. I just want to find a room and scream, really, because nothing will stop, nothing will pause, nothing will go on hold. And that can all be quite overwhelming, and it certainly has been overwhelming for myself. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm really not, because what's the point? What's the point, you know? I was very fortunate. I was very lucky. I got to ride with Ryan a few times, and And yeah, just a nice kid, very passionate, very interested in motorcycles, and you know, he never let anyone talk his bike down, no matter what they thought of it. I got a lot of respect for someone who can take the negative opinions of a few small-minded people who are just out to be arseholes for the sake of it, and just let it bounce off them, really. I did like that. I did like that about him. I'm just, yeah, it's just really sad because far too young. Far too young. So yeah, guys, I hope that briefly, or hopefully in detail, describes, you know, just what's been going on, and you know, why I haven't been uploading as much as I would have liked. And yeah, I know I've touched briefly on the mental health stuff, but yeah, it's not my area to particularly go in. It's more of a personal thing for each and every one of us, and we all find our own ways of dealing with it. However, I'd strongly recommend just going to watch Red's video, because I think that'll be very educational for you. And obviously, yeah, he's the guy to me, you know, and he speaks so much wisdom, and yeah, it's just go do it, you know, that's it. That's all I'm saying on it. But yeah, thank you for watching this one, guys. I appreciate it. Enjoy this lovely view. I mean, look at that. I have no idea what's over there or whatever, but it's just gorgeous. And yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my nice ride home. And until the next video, whenever that may be, I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.